Happy Monday, everybody. It is your girl, C Witt, with a C Witt session. It's been a while since I've had one, so I got to do my little intro. What's a C Witt session? I'm so glad you asked. A C Witt session is a pop-up interview in a pop-up location with a surprise guest, but this is no surprise because I have been on social media all morning, all afternoon, singing the praises of this amazing woman who has helped me to take my business to the next level. This is Lois Whittaker. I'm just rocking the glasses because it went with the whole outfit today. I got my readers on, my red readers, so I can look at you and say thank you. Lois was very instrumental in assisting with me getting my certification as a women-owned and minority-owned business. And I promised you that once all of this paperwork was done and I got the official letter, which I did, that I would have you on to say thank you to all in front of everybody, but also to help others along the way as far as getting their certification as a minority-owned, women-owned business. So in your experience, I know what it means, but what does it mean for a business to get I'm certified, y'all?
Well, so as we know, federal, state, and local, they have what's called set-asides.
Okay.
Meaning that it's a certain percent of money that's supposed to go to minority-owned businesses.
Okay.
And the best way to get those contracts is to have your certification. So it puts you, and then what they do is they start sending you RFPs, and
I'm getting them.
You getting them already?
Yes.
So they'll start sending you RFPs to apply for those contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how important that this is. And I believe in the state of Indiana, you have state and you also have federal.
Yes.
Where it's called set aside.
Set aside. I want my set asides. Yes. If you're just tuning in, this is Lois Whittaker. I'm going to keep saying her name over and over because I want you all to bombard her inbox, her emails, because I love to pay it forward. When somebody helps me, I want the next person to get help as well. And so, since I've posted my press release and shared the news that I have my certification, I've been getting texts and emails about, well, how hard is it? What did you have to do? I want to do it, but I don't know if I have the time. And I said, hold tight. I'm going to be on with the expert, and she's going to give us a little overview of, it's not really that hard. It's really about having your paperwork together and setting aside the time to get it done. But you talk about it, expert.
So basically, if as a small business owner, mm-hmm. we are usually doing 3 to 5 jobs at one time.
Oh yeah, easy. I'm trying to do 3 more jobs while we're on air.
Right. Seriously, we're so busy multitasking. So when it comes to doing paperwork, at the end of the day, our brain is dead, tired, because we've been out doing our business.
Yes.
So basically, when I started the Black Chamber, I noticed that business owners needed help. So that's why I started the consulting company to help business owners with their paperwork.
Yes.
So the WBE is one of the items that I do. And this helps business owners to, hey, if you give me that stuff back quick enough, I'll put you in, do your work, because this is what I do. And it's easier for me to do than you to do because...
Oh my God, it was so much easier. It was. Because... Here's what she did for me and what she'll do for you. She sent me a comprehensive list.
Yeah.
You sent me a list of about, I think, 12 items that I needed to pull. Some things I had at my fingertips. Other things I had to take a little field trip to the bank, just getting some documentations. But at the end of the day, it was a seamless process once I committed. And I am a to-do list type person. So I had your list, but on my general to-do list, I would say, get 3 things knocked out for Lois today. So it only probably took me maybe a week or 2 to just get everything in. But the cool thing about it is that you review it for accuracy.
Yes.
To make sure it's the right thing and kind of put your hat on as though you were the state to say, oh, they won't accept that or there's something missing. So talk about how you edit, review, make suggestions to make sure we're submitting a good final product.
So we're going to use the example when we had to do the notary letter.
Notary letter, yes.
And they wanted this letter to show proof of initial investment. And so when she got the email, you forwarded to me, and I crafted a letter to what it needed to be said. I said, go get this notarized. Now, we do have a notary as well, but
I was in the office with one.
Right. She was in the office with one. And she's, okay, Lois, and scanned it right back to me, and we submitted it. So, and sometimes, like I say, I have an MBA as well, so business is my background.
All right, MBA.
You know, so you just really need someone to help you to say, this is exactly what you need. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not go on this page, that page, this page. You got to figure it out on this website that looks so daunting to you at 8 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Because you're tired.
Yes.
It's not that you don't know how to do it. It's, do you have the time?
And I want it to be correct. I'm the type of person, if I'm going to put my name on something, if I'm going to endorse it, if I'm saying it's part of my company, I want an extra pair of eyes. And since you were doing this for a living, I figured, why not? And I buried the lead. Lois is also the founder of the Black Chamber of Commerce of Northern Indiana, which is how we first interfaced. You have seen her on my lives before talking about your incredible events. And now I'm like, I'm not only a publicist, I'm a client. I actually believe in what she's doing. And I have the literal proof, everybody, that says I am a certified women and minority-owned business. And I can tell you, Lois, I've had several entities approach me on occasion to say, we love to do business with you. Do you have your certification? And my same answer was always, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And then the opportunity came for me to apply for something, and I didn't have the certification. I still went in with some other people, but I was like 3 times removed from the process because I didn't have my own certification. So I was kind of riding on the credentials of others. And that is what prompted me to go ahead and call you and said, I'm not doing the third party thing anymore. When I enter into a contract, I want to say I'm the business that has the certification, not bring everybody else in so that I can be legit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And you have to look good on paper. When you apply for contracts, you have to look good on paper.
Yeah.
And when you are a small business owner, you know, you don't have your paperwork together because you're doing 4 or 5 other jobs.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not that you can't.
Yeah, and we have to do better, though, as a community of small business owners, which was why I wanted to have you on, because I want people to know who you are so they can reach out for your services. It's my way of giving back, but it's also a good look for us in the region in Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland, when we have our certifications and our ducks in the row. I'm going to switch lanes real quick with you, Lois, because some people were kind of just asking, not to be negative, but they just said, okay, so you got your certification, but we're living in a climate now where those types of amenities, if you will, to minority and women-owned businesses may be rolled back. My opinion, and this is my opinion, is what God has for me is for me.
Yes.
And I'd rather have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. What do you say?
I think this is the most important time to have your things together.
Okay.
And so let's just talk about the lingo here. And,
okay.
And you know, Chelsea, you're on the advisory board, you know, with the chamber. So
yes.
So they might not say minority business. It might be I see a lot of disadvantaged business.
Disadvantaged. Okay.
Disadvantaged.
Call me that.
Small business, but it's still set aside.
Okay.
So if you minority owned, woman owned, if you want to say a disadvantaged business,
veterans,
a veterans business, it's still the same thing. And what this does here is put you still receiving notices from the state?
I am.
Okay, so is it going?
It's still happening. So I feel like I did the right thing at the right time, and I am ready for my increase. I have a couple of meetings coming up with some entities that are interested in doing business with CWHITT. I'm so grateful of that. And from a marketing standpoint, you know, I'm now able to put the seal on all of my promotional things. I put it on my website, on my social media. I obviously blasted it out to all of America today because, I mean, I'm really proud. And it was one of the things on my bucket list that I said I was going to get certified, and I have done this. So if somebody is watching now and they're like, I said I was going to do it too, and this is for the state of Indiana. We'll talk federal in a second because I think that would be my next step. To go federal, to get federally certified. So any state can reach out to me because I do a lot of work in the state of Illinois. So that's next on my list. baby steps, one step at a time. But how do they get in touch with you, Lois? And then I'll put it in the comments later. But y'all need to get certified, my business owners.
So we do, our company website is Royalty Strategic Connections. We do have a Facebook page as well.
Connections or consultants?
Consultants,
Girl, I was like, girl, you changed your name.
No.
Royalty Strategic Consultants .com.
Yes.
All right.
The phone number is 219-771-8900. We are located in East Chicago, 1607 Columbus Drive. That's where our office is at. And also, you can see me on Facebook. You can inbox me and just say, hey, Lois, I'm ready. And as soon as you get your documents to me, as soon as I can get your stuff
And
out.
please tell them that Chelsea Whittington sent you. Say, I saw this live, or I saw Chelsea's press release or her post, because I want Lois to know that, one, this networking works, and that we have to uplift one another as business owners in a climate like this and beyond. I also want to share a little side note. I know you saw the press release, but I added the angle of my father in it. My father is 94 years old. He was an entrepreneur, owned gas stations in Gary. He was a mechanic, had U-Haul rental. Me and all my siblings worked in the business. And I will be honest with you, growing up working in the business, and even as a young adult in my 20s and early 30s, I was trying to have my own way as far as being a professional in public relations, but I couldn't abandon my family. So I'm working in the gas station, at the convenience store. I'm working, U-Haul. I've done all this as a child and in my young adult years. And I will be honest, that was one of those experiences at that time that led me away from entrepreneurship, because I saw my father's commitment. I saw how sometimes he couldn't be with us because, he hustle and bustle. And then my mother joining in as the bookkeeper. They were very busy, but they always emphasized to me the importance of owning your own. So it took me a little later in life, but I get it. When my feet hit the floor and I open my eyes, see what is open and it's mine, versus, no knocking the 9 to 5, because I did it for 20 something years, but it prepared me for this time now. And I just want to say thank you, Daddy. I took this over to him and explained to him what it was, and he just held it and looked at it. So that was the picture I posted, and he was just telling me how proud he was of me that I decided to go down the entrepreneurial track and to take extra steps to make my business thrive. So now let's talk about that, Lois. Can you share any kind of examples of businesses that that as a result of getting their certification, you've seen some movement or traction for them?
Well, like I said, the IDOA, they email you.
That's the Indiana Department of Administration. I'm learning.
They email you these RFPs. And if you need help with completing those, you could, reach out to your girl here, because I do those as well. But like I said, a certain percent have to. And what they do, they call the Black Chamber, well, Lois, we can't find anyone.
Okay, they call you and then you say, well, yeah, that person is not certified. So now when they call you for marketing services and email marketing and training, you can call me.
Yes.
Okay, you can tell them to look on the list.
I get the calls. If anyone wants to relocate to Northwest Indiana, if anyone to be minority business certified, people call me looking for partnerships for Northwest Indiana. And, they always call in the Black Chamber to see, okay, can you connect me with somebody to help me do this or do that? And that's what we do.
Yes. Well, I might as well put the plug out there too. If you're interested in engaging with the Black Chamber of Northern Indiana, talk about how people can get involved that way.
You can go on our website, nbccin.org, and you could join as a member. You could reach out. The chamber number is 219-802-0229, and ask to become a member as well. And I know we have something on March 31st. We have a chamber breakfast at D&K Salads, and also May 8th, we're having how to use AI to write grants.
Because AI, that's the next thing.
Yes.
And so the learning process, to me, it never ends. As a business owner, I'm always looking for resources, guidance, networking, and most important, helping others. And that's the purpose of this video. If you're just tuning in, where have you been? It's a CWIT session with Lois Whittaker of Royalty Strategic Consultants. She helped me get my certification. Yes, I am certified as a woman-owned, Black-owned, minority-owned business recognized by the state of Indiana. So you know I had to go double check. I went on the website and looked up to make sure my name and my company was on there. Thank you for those saying congrats. I am on the list.
Yes.
It feels good to be listed.
Yes.
And here's the other little part that we didn't talk about, and you can give some insight. Typically part of this procedure after filling out all your paperwork is they come and do a site visit. So I'm going to let you all in on a little secret of what I did. Once I submitted all of my paperwork, I made sure anybody who had emailed me from the state was added to my listserv.
Yes.
So they were receiving all my emails. They were getting notifications of my lives. And nobody unsubscribed. They weren't like, Harpo, who this woman? They were like, she's trying to show us that she's a legitimate business. So I'm getting all of her information. I can go to her website. I can click. I see the lady right here with CWIT on. So I can get a call for a site visit, Lois. What does that mean?
Hey, you ready to go?
I was ready to go.
And they knew you was legit.
They knew I was legit. Well, that makes me feel really good, but I didn't want to not mention that a site visit could potentially be a part of the process. Yes. But listen, I was ready. We are at CWIT offices right now in downtown Hammond, 5233 Holman Avenue, where we met.
Yes.
When you used to be in this building before you just blew up.
Yeah. She helped me with marketing.
I helped you, you helped me, yes. And so I was ready for the site visit. You know, I wanted them to come to my office and meet some clients. I was ready. And the purpose of this video is to tell you to get ready. Call this woman, Lois Whittaker. She is tagged in these videos of Royalty Strategic Consultants. She is here to help in so many different ways. And so now the only thing I'm worried about, I'm excited, but I'm worried about the scale up. I'm like, if I get this multi-billion-dollar, I said B, look, I'm just going to put it out there, multi-billion-dollar contract. I'm going to be looking to my current team and additional individuals to say, hey, we need to all come in on this together, because that's the way it works. Joint ventures. If I can't handle the whole load, or there's a portion that doesn't fall under my wheelhouse, I'm going to pull you all in or let you know what I'm trying to secure a contract for. Meanwhile, Lois is going to be looking over our things to make sure that whatever we submit for RFPs work. And I will tell you, I've gotten an email from a professional out of Detroit.
Oh, wow.
Who's PR. She said, let me know if you need some sub help.
Okay.
And I said I sure will, because she's at the top of her A game. So it's working. Lois, what else do you want to say about this before we get out of here? I'm just so excited. I keep hugging this. I'm about to hang this up in my office, and then I'm going to put one in my home office. And I was like, do I need to get a tattoo of the seal? No, is that too much? That's probably too much. I don't need a tattoo. I'm certified.
I just want to say now, more right now, that a lot of people are scared with all the changes. Not only did the state of Indiana, not did we get a new president, but we also got a new governor as well.
Right.
But this is the most important time to get your ducks in a row.
Okay.
We have to skill up. Okay. That's what we need to be focusing right now, is how can we skill up?
Okay. And not scale up. You're saying scale up, as in getting the skills, because we were on a call the other night with the chamber, our board, talking about people being ready for the jobs that are coming.
Yes.
And the contracts that are coming, that we have the necessary skills and the certifications, right? Go. Okay, one more time. How do they find you, Lo?
My phone number is 219-771-8900. You can find me on social media, Facebook. I don't really look at my Instagram, to be honest.
Okay,
LinkedIn,
Facebook.
But LinkedIn,
LinkedIn is the place to be. I will be placing this video on there. And I'll also be blasting it out to my 30,000 subscribers, because I need people to know, yes, I'm excited about getting my certification, but I also want to see all of you do the same thing. Those of you who have been waiting, yes, my real friends who have inboxed me like, girl, what took you so long? God's timing. That's what took me so long, but I have finally done it, and I want you to do it too. I want you to have that seal like I have the seal, and then I will keep you posted on federal. What would be my next steps?
So do you want to do the Illinois one?
Yeah.
We could do that one.
We could do that. So stay tuned. I'm doing Illinois because Chicago, I'm coming for you in those contracts. You have been watching CWIT, a CWIT session, which is a pop-up interview in a pop-up location with a surprise guest. I have been chatting with my colleague, my friend. Look, they're coming in the room now. Lois Whittaker, who has gotten me certified as a minority woman-owned business in the state of Indiana. Next up, Illinois. Please, please, please reach out to her if you are interested in scaling up and skilling up and becoming a member of the Black Chamber of Commerce of Northern Indiana. Lois, thank you. You've changed my life.
Oh, no, she's going to make me cry.
Okay, so before we start crying, we're out of here. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.